You know, I was involved in an MVP example before it was called MVP. This is years ago. We were trying to create a brokerage mobile application for some early adopters, and we had a system that was very buggy, and it was on a device called the RIM two-way pager, which predated the BlackBerry of the day. And we had a lot of clients who really loved the application, although to some extent it sucked because we were putting customers in a position where they were risking their capital and actually placing trades, and some of those trades went bad. But they really loved the concept and they really engaged. But for whatever reason, the senior management decided that we wanted to focus on another form factor, which were the non-smart phones, which the form factor was not ideal. And so we spent tons of dollars and a lot of research to perfect the technology. But in the end, there was very little feedback that came from the customers. In fact, the feedback was that they loved the other device and not the new device. And eventually what happened was we had to shut down the operations just due to a number of other factors. But the point is that what you really should try to focus in on is creating a user experience for your customers so that they can engage your concept very early in the process without you expending a lot of time and resources. And then you get that really solid learning, and then that could be reflected in the next version. So don't go for that full feature, awesome experience, you know, right out of the gate, because you might create something that people don't really want. And then what is it all for? It's in vain to some extent. So that's
real quick, Reba, that really is in line with this. A lot of people look at what are called vanity metrics, where how many hits you get on a website is really irrelevant. It really comes down to conversion. So one of my partners in the audience today, Jeff Miller, with Sales Recruiters of Virginia. Very recently, we did something along these lines where we did a Google AdWords test. Brilliant time in the technology age. You're really testing things real time. We ran a Google ad campaign focused on salespeople in Virginia. Within, what, a couple of hours, got somebody who clicked through to that, contacted Jeff, and became a client. So that's real-time testing of, we're going to throw this out there, see what works. Doesn't matter if we've got 100 people that looked at the ad, it's how many actually clicked through and converted to a customer is one form of innovation accounting. That's very recent for me.